In Genesis 8, 6 through 12, there's an interesting story where Noah opens the window to the ark and he lets out a raven. And it says that the raven went here and there. And in other translations, it says that he went to and fro. That reminded me of Job chapter 1 and verse 7, and also Job 2:2. And it says, "And the Lord said to Satan, 'From where did you come?' Then Satan answered the Lord and said, 'From roaming about the earth, walking around it,'" actually going to and fro, back and forth, seeking who he can devour. Peter is referencing Job in 1 Peter 5:8, where it says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about seeking whom he may devour." Going back and forth or going to and fro kind of puts you in mind of a snake right before it's about ready to strike. It's bouncing back and forth. Yeshua says in Luke 10:18 that he saw Satan falling like lightning from the heaven. So this snake, the raven, he was on the earth first. He walked to and fro, back and forth, and he was seeking whom he could devour. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 8 and verse 8, and it says that then Noah sent out a dove, and the dove went out and found no place to put her foot. Do you know that God offered us the spirit of Yeshua on Mount Sinai? And because the people were afraid, they rejected the spirit and they said no. Just like here with Noah, the dove found no place to rest, and so he took her in his hand. Noah waited another 7 days, and he sent the dove back out, and she returned with an olive branch in her mouth. This was proving that the land was drying up and it was beginning to produce fruit. This is speaking about the time that Yeshua was walking on the earth. He was the physical olive branch, the branch of peace that was with us and among us. Then Noah waited another 7 days and sent the dove out again, and it did not return. This is speaking of the time that the Holy Spirit was poured out in Acts 2, and that Holy Spirit is still here available. So here in Genesis chapter 8, we have a story of how the enemy came forth with his counterfeit, but God sent his Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, through Yeshua, our Messiah. Once the dove found a place to land, it did not return to Noah. Just like the Holy Spirit has found a place to land in us, to live in us and through us. Yeshua said he'd never leave us or forsake us. Unfortunately, people have said that the Holy Spirit is not for today, that it's been done away with. But we see in this story here in Genesis chapter 8 that once that dove found its place, that it was not returned back to the ark.